Maria. She said, I've been up since 4 a.m. Had to present some metrics to folks in Israel. It's now 5:38 p.m. Yeah, I know how that goes. I was up early yesterday. Early. I um I had to take my wife to the airport. She is actually in St. Croix currently. So I took my wife to the airport. I was up from 3:30, 3:15. Let's see. Hold up. Yeah, actually, I don't mute that. Not. So I took her. I was actually 3:45. I got up and yeah, I was up. And then last night I couldn't go to sleep. I was up until well after midnight. Like I didn't need to get up at 6 o'clock this morning. Well, 5:30 this morning. Anyway, let's see. Who else do we have here? Howdy. Thank you for joining us. Maria, I appreciate you. Definitely appreciate you. I'm going to go ahead and... I did not get my energy drink on prior to... Usually I drink an energy drink. What up, Steven? Usually drink energy drink prior to starting, like an hour before to help, like, kickstart everything. What up, Russ? How you doing? And just, I was out and about. So I took my kids, because my wife is out of town, so I took the kids to the range this evening. Oh man, we got some freshie in the jar. Not bad. All right. Half in. And an energy drink topper. Ooh, it's purple. Just because the can color is one thing doesn't necessarily mean the actual energy drink is that same color too. But it was actually purple. Let's see here. Wow, Bill, how you doing? He said, what's good, Dash? Chilling. How are you doing this evening? The heck, something around in the kitchen is moving around. All right. Goodness. Whew. How's everybody else doing today? Who else do we have? Goat Gardeners Barbecue. What's going on? He said, what's good, Dash is what they said. How you doing this evening? All right, Wild Bill says he's doing well. Thank you. Yes, indeed. Glad to hear you're doing well. It is. That is an accomplishment. That is an accomplishment. Man, oh man. Trust me when I tell you, I know. That is an accomplishment. So kudos to you for doing well. Everybody, let's, clap it up for Bill for doing well. Doing better than some folks, that's for damn sure. What up, Tony? Tony, we gotta talk, man. I gotta connect. Oh, buddy. Yeah. Tony, hit me up. Hit me up via Instagram or text message later. Not right now because I'm using my phone for the live stream. So, hit me up because next time you up this way, I might be able to help you out. I mean, we're not talking about, vast quantities, but, I might be able to get you a drink or two. All right. Man, oh man. All right. So usually the first couple minutes I try to say hi to everybody. Steven says, Dash, thanks for answering my questions on Instagram. Probably you can do it as a topic sometime in the future. Yes. So Steven asked me a question about freezing meat and then thawing it out and using it. Dude, man, the way things are nowadays, in my opinion, when you have something that was fresh and you freeze it, as long as you don't lollygag and as long as it's not in the freezer for like years on end, you're usually pretty good to take it out, 6, 8 months, maybe even a year out of the freezer and cook it. Just don't dilly dally and you take it out, thaw it, and cook it right away. Don't like thaw it and leave it in the refrigerator for another week or two and then try to. Nah, man, that's how stuff gets messed up. You just thaw it and cook it, or cook from frozen. Randy, how you doing this evening? Randy Lee says hello. How are you doing? Man, so good to see you guys here. Really appreciate you guys being here on a Wednesday, Is it summer yet? Has the summer started? Not yet. Let's see who else we have. Chef Orel, what's going on, man? How you doing? Neil says hello, everyone. Any woman here for Lilo and me? Oh wait, I'm sorry. Neil says hello, everyone. Any women here for little me? Chef Orel, man, what's going on? I feel like I haven't seen the videos from you in a minute. I know your video upload schedule is kind of eclectic. All right, Tony says, as far as freezing brisket, I have 2 family members who order a brisket for Thanksgiving, freeze half, and eat that for New Year's. Nice. So, I've done that as well, Tony. When I send meat to my aunt, it is frozen when I get it sent out there, and she will eat on that. She'll nibble on it like a pound or a half a pound a month for like 6 months, depending on how depending on how small I put the packages together. If I do like a pound and a half, she'll take out a pound and a half and she'll eat on that for like a week. And then in another 2 or 3 weeks, when she's like, oh, I want some brisket again, she'll take out another pound and a half or whatever. I found that she likes it when I put them into smaller, like 3/4 of a pound or pound packages, and that's good enough for her. But she still, it doesn't matter. Shadow banned. This isn't TikTok, my man. Man, this grape is really good. Kevin James says, hey Dash, how's it going? Been busy for a while, but I'm back now. All right, Kevin, that's what's up. Glad you could join us or rejoin us. Definitely appreciate you being here. So I know there's a few of you guys who, or are there you guys who have you done a catering event? So just, I know Tony's done a catering event. Anybody else done any catering events? Just chime in, say I've done any catering events. Any room in here for little old me? Yes, Neil, come on, get in. Hold on, let me slide over for Neil. Come on, sit down. There's plenty of room. We always make room. I got some big elbows, man. I got you. Don't you worry. Grumpus, he says, hey, Dash, and everybody. So yeah, who has anybody catered an event? Just chime in, down in the comments so we can talk. Wild Bill says he did a small one. It doesn't matter. What is that? Elkina? All right, well, hello. Elkina. Is it Barnard? Chef says I'm gearing up to open the smokehouse in the Smoked Meats Motherland, Germany. What? Where in Germany, sir? Just bought. Let's see. Just bought, I guess, a smoker trailer. Getting ready to start on catering. Nice. Russ says, nah, but I got a couple dinners at American Legion. But I got a couple dinners at the American Legion local. All right. Elkina says, hi. Grumpus says, does cooking for family events count? Yes, it does, Grumpus, because here's the thing. We are not going to minimize what it is that you're doing or who you did it for. catering is catering. And this is what I want you guys to, this is what I want some of you guys to understand. You guys are like, you hold it so close to your heart. Like, oh, I've never done a catering event, but yeah, you cook for 30 people. Guess what? You that's a catering event. If you are cooking for multiple people, lots of food, and yeah, you've done it. So give yourself a little bit more credit. Don't discount the things that you've done. The Bannister presents. It says, I've done weddings, family events, birthdays, and I'm doing a 350 guest banquet this coming up Saturday. Well, that's what's up. The Bannister. Props. Definitely. Zardrell, what's going on with you, man? How you doing? So, the point I'm trying to make, or what I'm trying to find out, is what type of events do you like better? Do you like, I know for me, obviously, when you go in someone's home, when you're dropping food off in someone's home, typically those are more laid back events where, it's not so formal and everybody kind of just comes and goes and everything like that. When you have a corporate formal function, and I use the word corporate because most people can differentiate between like not a mom and pop, but like a small in-person casual gathering versus a corporate event. I don't say we've all done, but we hopefully you can differentiate between the two. When you're at the corporate event, you hold your head up a little higher, you wipe things down a little bit better, you kind of you're a little more serious, or at least I am, and I'm typically pretty much, I joke all the time, but I'm a little more serious when it comes to the corporate events because you never know who you're talking to or feeding. At the in-home events, you find that crazy aunt or the mother or the grandmother, and you make nice with her, and then you're good. You're good. So, Red Foreman said, "What's up, man? Looking to get into my first comp this weekend. Hoping to make some money out of a hobby someday." Well, that's what's up, Red. Well, good luck. Ben says, "Thank you, sir. Yes." Neil, I have not done any catering events. I'm not quite good enough yet or have a big enough smoker. Neil, I mean, again, but when you do that first, oh, I'm taking food to someone else's house, or I'm cooking for a potluck, or something along those lines. Just kind of say, okay, this is equal to like a catering event. And you know what, Neil? Sometimes maybe you will eventually get, maybe you will eventually get to do some catering events. Zardrell said the health department told me I got to get a food trailer, so I'm gonna get lined up for an $80,000 food truck. Nice. Zardrell says, so technically I'm out of business. See, this is so last week. Was it last week or 2 weeks ago? We were talking about this, and let me see let me try to see if I can find out what it was we were talking about. And live. Okay, so we were talking about staying positive during slow sales periods, right? So, and Alton was talking about different things, and I was trying to listen to what Alton was saying, but in my mind, I'm also trying not to put all of what Alton was like, some of his suggestions on myself, because there were certain things that I was saying that I'm past that stage, and I don't want to get to that next stage. I can't get to the next stage for something similar to what Zardrell just mentioned. He says that the health department basically shut him down. I don't want to get to that point. I'm still trying to fly under the radar so that I can still, get my name out there. I can still, get my feet wet. I can still gain experience, but also fly under the radar until I am able to have, 100% of my ducks in a row so that, I can hit the ground running when or if I am able to take that next step. Cheverell said, I ordered food and wine at UNLV a few weeks ago. Lost half of my hot links in the parking lot loading in. Oh, man. Grumpus says, okay, I managed to not disappoint 32 family members. Well, there you go. Successful catering event, Grumpus. Uh, let's see. Grumpus says, smoker only needs to be big enough to hold what you're cooking. There you go, Grumpus. I agree. Look, if it's smoking something, it's big enough. All right. Red says, how hard was it for you to get licensed to sell cooked meats? I thought it would fall under the college food law, but not the case. Correct. Red, are you in Maryland? Because you just set and said a a uh, a specific term that is, I won't say near and dear, but it is one of those terms that pops up all the time when you talk about cooking and from home. Um, so I have a business license. I do not have a catering license. When I'm doing catering events, I'm doing catering events to smaller gatherings, person to person. What up, Bumpy? He says, hey, yo, Dashing everyone. Mike, Barbecue Mike, what's going on? Jimmy, he said, what's up? Jimmy, you missed it. I poured this evening from the jar of jars. I have a stash and I keep refilling this smaller jar. It keeps me grounded, if you will, because I know I can't drink more than that in the night. I try to limit myself to not drink more than that. Man, I typically don't, but I try not to drink more than that on a live stream either. Uh, how's everybody doing? Thank you for popping in. Those of you who just came in a little late. Uh, Jimmy says, "Okay, I'm doing the same." All right, we got the farm is here. He says, "Good evening, y'all," and I can't remember what your name was. Was it Al or was it Mike or Chris or it was, yeah. Mike says trying to get rid of this chest cold, man. I know how that goes. I feel like the last time I had a cold. Actually, hold on one second. Alexa, turn off front door. Alexa, turn off the front door. Uh, Don. All right. Try to remember that. I'll try to remember that. So Drell said, I would say what happened to me is a blessing because it shifted my business type, as I told you from earlier. Yeah, I got tired of barbecue somehow. You know what, Zardrell? Is one of those things, man. You keep doing the same stuff day in and day out, you're gonna get tired of it. I mean, it's not even there's nothing else to it, man. It's that's it. It's yeah. I wish just like if you've ever read, and it's cliche, but if you ever read Aaron Franklin's book, he talks about how he very rarely eats barbecue. Or excuse me, he talked about it in the book that he very rarely ate barbecue any longer, just from doing it for so long and eating it for so long and being around it for so long. Uh, Bumpy, why are you yelling? Uh, Bumpy says, what's the definition of corporate? He says, I mean, I have done event for my job, but not the big wigs, white collar of the company. So the whole thing, Bumpy, I just wanted to try and make some sort of delineation between doing a smaller event in someone's home versus doing an event at an establishment, at a business. Because, I've done smaller events. They were corporate events, but they were like small and intimate, 20 people, 30 people events. And it is what it is. I just wanted to try and make a differentiation between the two, just so you could, kind of maybe have an understanding because I want to say I treat both of those types of events the same. I go in and I do what I need to do. I try to present myself as professional as possible. And, I was talking earlier and I said that, sometimes when you have these smaller events, you kind of just have to not pick out, but speak to the matriarch or the patriarch of the family or the head of the household or whatever, get in their good graces, and then you once they're on your team, you're like good to go, and you got, everything is cake, and it is what it is. When you have the corporate events, sometimes you have someone who's sitting in the corner and they're just like mulling over what it is you have, and they've kind of sent a gopher to get their food or something along those lines. She might not necessarily get to speak to the person who's quote unquote in charge. Um, Neil says, I took pulled pork to my brother-in-law's birthday party. Does that count? I mean, yeah, it counts, Neil. It counts. Yep, we're counting all of it. We're counting it all. We are not discounting anything. Kevin says, ever go to a barbecue competition? Went to Memphis in May last weekend. It was awesome. Well, that's what's up, Kevin. So the only competitions I've done are SCA, the Steak Cook-Off Association events, and I tell you, I'm not a big competition guy. I know that there's a difference between competition barbecue and backyard barbecue. I am firmly planted in the backyard barbecue scene. That's backyard barbecue is my thing. Cooking for people is my thing. Making things that taste good is my thing. Not making things that judges are looking for, if you know what I mean. Like, I don't particularly care for, a whole bunch of sweet on my barbecue or with my barbecue. So, going and making some ribs with a whole bunch of honey and brown sugar and all types of other sweetness, and, like candy ribs, it's not my thing. So I stick to the savory stuff, and the savory stuff is more backyard oriented, which is cool with me. Randy said, I once saw a brisket cooked on the crappiest smoker in the world. After that, I knew anything was possible. That brisket was killer. Nice. Uh, Jimmy says, man, this is the first beard I've had in 25 years. Any advice on upcoming heat? Just don't think about it. I mean, it is what it is, and just don't think about it. It's, I don't know, man. I've sustained bearded status for such a long time that summer just doesn't bother me. It really doesn't. But I tell you what, when you shave your face or you cut it down, yo, your face is cold. I don't care how warm it is, your face is cold. And then usually I end up trimming my beard down in December because it's around my wife's birthday. So I'm kind of trimming my beard down for my wife's birthday. And good night, man. My face be so cold. Bannister says, I've been selling barbecue for 5 years now. I've been staying off the health department radar quite tremendously. I know all my food safety stuff. It's just that health department won't approve my setup. Yeah, yep, agreed, understand. Don says, mix it up. Do a fish fry or a steak night. Man, thing is cooking people. Main thing is cooking food people love. Yeah, definitely. Red says, what would you say is your favorite cut of meat to smoke? I still love. It's hard. Brisket is what got me into doing barbecue because I couldn't get brisket. As of late, um, really salmon and lamb are like my favorite things to cook because I really like salmon and lamb. Uh, what else have I smoked recently? Yeah, salmon, lamb. One of the other things too about salmon and lamb, they're so quick in comparison. Like, excuse me, brisket can take, you know, 6 to 12 hours, 6 to 15 hours, depending on how big and how many briskets I have. Lamb, I can get done in less than two. Salmon, I can get usually done in like an hour, hour and a half sometimes. So yeah. Greg says, I really barbecue. I cook comps. I sell on all scale. It's all relative. Yeah. It really is. It's one of those things where, like, I was talking to a guy actually at the event that I did on Saturday, and he was telling me that he was a chef. He cooked, well, he was a sous chef. He cooked, and he was telling me he cooked at a couple different restaurants and things like that. And and then he said, well, do you actually cook for yourself? And I said, I try not to. I said, after cooking for a whole bunch of other people and cooking all the time, I said, I don't want to cook for myself. I said, like, I definitely want to have someone else cook for me. He's like, yep, totally agree. He said, after cooking or being on my feet or doing this or doing that, he said, the last thing I want to do is cook. He said, the last thing I want to do after I cook is cook. And then the last thing I want to do before I cook is cook. So he said, I definitely get it. Sean, how you doing this evening? Sardrell says, as far as barbecue catering, I cook for 2 churches and I did pop-ups. Nice. That's what's up. Kevin E says, what's up, Dash? Been a minute since I've been on your live chat. Well, thank you, Kevin, for joining us or rejoining us, as I said before. Russ says, what is your crappiest cooker? My crappiest cooker? My crappiest cooker is probably going to be my first smoker, that bullet smoker, that Brinkman. I still have it. I won't say it's tucked away, but it is in the garage. That will probably be my crappiest. And then second place would probably be that 18-inch Weber, just because that also is one of the original, not original cookers, but one of the first grills I had once we moved out. My wife and I moved out and we bought this house. Let's see. Grumpus says technique trumps equipment all day long. Good equipment makes things easier, but you need to know what you're doing. Man, preach. Yes, indeed. Definitely agree with you there, Grumpus. And that's one of the things, you see all these people with these really, I won't say $1 million, but damn near these high dollar smokers, and they don't know how to use them. You get somebody like Jay from Jay's Brappin' Barbecue. That dude can probably outcook a bunch of y'all with some high dollar cookers because he's cooked on that little teeny Chever. Like me, I started out on that little Brinkman. Man, that little Brinkman put me through it. But you know what? I learned how to do things on that Brinkman that I would have never been able to learn how to do elsewhere. Greg says, yeah, I shaved my head. I got a cold head. Yep, I know. Sardrell says, the health department, I realize, doesn't want to understand the barbecue. They simply want it their way or the highway. I learned the highway today. Yeah, look, Sardrell. So what you might just want to do is placate them now and then just start introducing different things later and later, and then you kind of get them on your side and on your team, and then maybe they'll kind of let stuff slide and you'll be able to do some of the things barbecue related that you want to do. But let's try and get, talk a little bit more on topic. So the reason why I talk about this is because on that video, so how many of you guys, saw that short clip of me walking around that house that I was in on Saturday? So just, can you comment just like I saw it, something to let me know that you watched that video before I start talking about it? Because I would like to preface, I want to make sure that we are all, on the same page. Goodness. Rich said he saw it. Jimmy said he saw it. Brian says Saul. Sean saw it. I synced it. Kevin says, yeah, I saw it. Red said he saw it. You need to check out Cooking with Stevens. I have not yet. Today was a day. It's always a day. So I told you my wife is out of town. She is in another country. So I worked today, and then as soon as I was getting ready to, I read it about noon, I had to leave my house to go pick up Taste Hustle number 1. He had a half day of school, so he asked me to come pick him up from school. So I left. Right as I was getting ready to walk out the door, I got a phone call from someone at work, and it's like, hey, there's a ticket coming. Can you do X, Y, and Z? I'm like, okay, sure. And I'm like, all right, well, do you need me to put in the ticket? Because I'm getting ready to walk out the door, pick up, my son. And like, oh, no, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and put it in. Perfect. So I'm like, great. I leave out. I go. As I'm leaving out, I'm getting text messages from one of the sites, one of my sites. And they're like, oh, we're having an issue. Hey, developer, can you reach out to this person? All right. I get looped in because I'm, in the loop, right? So I get looped in, and I'm like, man, I'm just watching these text messages fly. The entire time I'm headed to go get my taste test number one, the entire time I'm coming back, I'm 10 minutes away from home. My phone rings. Hey, what's up? Hey, this is, system administrator from the site. I need to get a ticket number, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, all right, well, I saw these messages flying from, the ops specialist and, the guy here. I'm going to go ahead and get you a ticket in about 10 minutes when I get home. Can you, send me an email with the information, and I'll go ahead and get it taken care of. So that was what I walked back into when I sat back down at 1 o'clock, right? Boom. Sat back down, right to work. I'm done at 2, so I finished at 2, farted around for, half an hour or so, and then I left out to go get taste tester number 3, picked her up from school. Taste tester number 1 went with me and picked her up, and immediately picked her up, and I went from picking her up this afternoon, then came home quickly, picked up taste tester number 2. I already had taste tester number 1. We went to the range. I told you my wife was out of town. What do we do? Cat's away, might as well play. So we went to the range, hung out with them at the range for a little while, and then we went to dinner. We went to Golden Corral because everybody's doing something differently right now with a dietary restriction. So I'm like, all right, you know what? Let's do that. And I got back home. It was 7:30, almost 8 o'clock. Yo, let me try and get some things done around the house real quick. And the live stream was at 9 o'clock. I mean, that was my day, my afternoon in a nutshell, from 11:30, 12 o'clock until now. So I haven't watched very much YouTube this afternoon, but I will loop back. Let's see. Grumpy says some of the best steaks I ever cooked were on a clay flower pot full of charcoal. Made me a legend on my block. Yeah. Mike says sorry I missed it. Nah. Richard, that oven was out cold. All right. Yeah. So he said that the oven was out cold. Listen, that oven was so nice. So nice. Mr. Pitt says he saw it. Steven said I watched about half. Still have the other half to watch this weekend if it's the video from last Saturday. Man, it was like a minute long. Kent, what's going on? But yeah. But the whole thing is, that event was really cool because it was in somebody's home, and it was real laid back. I mean, when I walked into the house, so I didn't tell you guys about this, but I went to the house I guess it was 2 weeks ago now. No, early last week. And they're like, all right, we're going to get the final head count, and then we'll let you know exactly what it is, and we kind of build the bill from there. We kind of want to have food, around this area and this area, and I'm like, all right, well, I'm looking at this nice giant stove. I said, well, I can come here and I can make my, my brisket my brisket beans and my baked beans. My brisket baked beans and my green beans, because they wanted baked beans and brisket beans, and by the time I was all said and done, I cook it at home. Then I don't have to rush. I don't have to worry. The Banisher says, what regions of the U.S. have you had barbecue from? I've eaten in the Mid-Atlantic. So I'm from Philadelphia, live in Baltimore currently. I've been in North Carolina. I've been down to South Carolina. Been in Texas. I've been in Kansas City. I won't say Texas, but Austin. There's a couple different types of. There's like Central Texas barbecue. So yeah, I've never been to Memphis, and really haven't been further out west. Further out west, would be like Santa Maria type stuff. Steven says, oh, I thought you were talking about the live stream. No, not the live stream. The live stream was just me slicing up the brisket. That was just because I was literally just sitting here, and I was like, I gotta cut this brisket up, and I was like, I didn't put up a video last week, so I said, you know what, let me just do a live stream. So that was it. I know there's a couple of you guys who ask for live streams during different times. Wednesdays are not always the opportune time to be able to hang out. Uncle B Senior said, what's up, Dash and good people? How you doing? Ice Elm says, what it do, big fella? Peace and blessings to you and your family from Dallas, Texas, by way of Brooklyn. I remember. Thank you, sir, for hanging out. Really appreciate you. Kent, what's going on with you, man? How you doing? You just come to tease me about the meat prices that you have, that you getting like discount meats, and Kent's always telling me how cheap stuff is for him when I'm complaining about meat prices. He just likes to rub it in. That's all. Queens, all right. Listen, one of them boroughs. I can't even spell borough, but random Skittles gummies. Man, not mad. Only problem is, oh, I guess that looks a little orange. It looks more orange on the camera than it does in person. I couldn't tell if it was orange or strawberry. So back to the topic at hand. Have you guys, any of you guys, done any sort of corporate catering, or is it just me? I mean, and I'm not talking about corporate catering to the point where I'm going into a corporation like Microsoft or Tesla or Twitter. I mean, I've done corporate events at my company. I've done corporate events at one that I would do, I won't say regularly, but I had done regularly was at a credit union. FD and C, number 40 red. Red 40. Yep. Cracker Barrel Barbecue says, Dash, when will people in Philly learn to cook a real steak instead of hiding their messed up steaks in a bun and under cheese? Well, Cracker Barrel Barbecue, there's a difference between what you might like and understand versus what a cheesesteak is. So, it's just like, I don't know where you're from, but I'm sure I could belittle something that you cook or something that you hold near and dear to you. And, it is what it is. Jeff Myers says, evening, everyone. Barbecue Mike says, none yet, just a car show out of state. But, yeah. If buying burgers for everyone in the office is a corporate event, then yes. Well, listen. All right, well. Cracker Barrel Barbecue says, I know you. Well, I don't recognize the name, so I mean, look, you're not just gonna come from you're not gonna come from me in my city and not expect, That's it. That's all I got to say. No need to use my government name, but I mean, if you have to. There's a recall on those gummies. Whoops. Mr. Pitts. Huh. Okay. Did you just have a son? No, not from Michigan. That wasn't in Michigan. That wasn't in Michigan. Trying to think now. Jeff. Okay. right, Kent. I'm pretty sure. No, Kent's not Michigan. Anyway. Jeff says, greetings from Colombia. Do y'all recommend any specific food savers for freezing brisket? Just the any vacuum sealer I won't say will do. Huh. What up? Kent, this is my evil twin is here. um, what up behind the garage, man? How you doing this evening? So, Sean, the I like my food saver. I like the vacuum sealer that I have, which is a food saver brand. I don't particularly like the model food saver that I have because it does the vacuum sealing like on the top side. A lot of them or some of them do the vacuum sealing like a lot lower. When you have it up a little higher, you end up having to put more or have more headroom in the bag so that your food doesn't hit the bar, so that it doesn't vacuum seal stuff. It's kind of hard to explain. It would be easier if I got up and showed you what I meant, but give me a couple minutes, I guess. Excuse me. Grumpus says, I love my chamber vat. Cracker Barrel Barbecue. Dash is my favorite Cowboys fan. Alright, somebody's about to get banned. Like, seriously. Because, yeah. That's how I'm feeling tonight. Maria, welcome back. She woke up. Welcome back, Maria. Hey, Russ says, hey, don't forget to smash that thumbs up button. Hey, if you have not already, my goodness, we are like 42 minutes in and I have not even asked you guys to hit that thumbs up button for me. If you could, please, I'd greatly appreciate it. I know I say it all the time. It really, really, really does help the channel. It helps these videos, and it helps me feel better about doing these videos. So if you could, I greatly appreciate it. Yeah. Mr. Pitt says, my sealer is like that. I set the food in and then cut a board, make it even. You talking about to me, Maria? Nothing much is new. It's just starting to catch up. Let's see. I thought I did. Bumpy? Go back. I said 5 minutes ago. Woo. Maybe I didn't. Yeah, I mean, I saw you ask about. Riz, it's just me. I'm on beer number 5. Shoot, beer number 5. I might be taking drink number 2 in a second. Nothing much. Just living life. 2022 has been, it's been a doozy. It's been a doozy. Russ says my sealer sucks, just doesn't seal, just plain sucks. He said I need a new one. Let's see. You need to catch up because I'm telling you, I'm getting ahead of you. Oh shoot, no. Yeah, but you know, Jimmy, you sitting at home on the couch or in your easy chair. I have to like make this live stream last for another hour and a half. You know, I can't. Just to check your phone if it's handy. My phone is handy. I'm using my phone. But I can't. Yeah, text messages. Love me some horror stories. You're looking at it. Here's the horror story. I wish I could divulge, Maria, but you know there are some things that is just. You wouldn't believe me if I told you. You wouldn't believe you. Excuse me. Like I said, I could. You know. Oh goodness. Horror stories. Yep. Question. I guess was your question the one about Cracker Barrel or two Cracker Barrel? Well, I'm not sure. Bumpy, maybe I missed it. Uh, mm. Christian Childs says good to see you still going strong, fam. Go team Still Drum Smokers Barbecue. Well, thank you. I appreciate you. Yes, indeed. There are certain things that I hold near and dear. And I mean, I just, I've gotten to the point where I try to move a lot more in silence. You know, I'm not, it, as much as I want to, I won't say humble brag, but talk about some of the things that I do. I try not to because I don't want the attention. And you know, like I've talked about it before, where you know there have been times where I'll cook and I'll have extra food, and I know where there are a couple of people who stand on the corners not too far from my house, and I'll just hey here here. Do you eat pork? Yeah, all right. Here's some pork, pulled pork. Go into the 7-Eleven right there, microwave it for a couple seconds, and get a fork and get something warm. I've done that during the winter or when I have extra food, and I don't broadcast that on YouTube. I don't feel the need to put that out there, but I try to do good deeds from time to time. So definitely. Mike said I fold the edges over when I fill up the bags, then seal them. Fold the edges. Yes, indeed. So definitely, I fold the edges over, put the food in, and then fold everything up. But I've showed you that before on videos where I've done it. Kent says, "Okay, you'll see later. Remember, you're my favorite." Yeah. Uh, Grumpus said, "Maria, anything with Saw in the title?" Yeah. Maria says she loved the Saw movies. Yes, indeed. Uncle B says, "Hey Dash, how did the cook go when you streamed live a few days back?" It went great. So it the I actually posted a video right before I was about to clean up of the event. So it's one of those things. I'm in someone's home first and foremost, and I don't want to be that guy and like pull out my phone or a camera, like an intrusive camera, and start filming people, strangers, um, to put on my YouTube channel. So I tried to wait for a break, a lull in the action, and I took my phone out and I like literally walked around and panned around the kitchen and the family room ish or living room ish area to show you guys kind of what the setup was for that event. So it was really open floor plan house. This house was a old farmhouse that they blew out and expanded on, and it had a huge kitchen. I mean, huge back wall kitchen and a huge island. Like a dine up, a bar type island, two separate sinks. Like dope. It was dope. Um, and I set up the food on one end of the kitchen to try and keep people to a localized place or a localized area so that they will be out of my way. Excuse me. So they would be out of my way. I had everything off to one corner of the kitchen so there was still able to be seating at that bar if people wanted to sit down, and I could still use and function in the kitchen. The problem with something like that is you're in someone's home and people just think they can walk anywhere and be anywhere. And I'm like, yo, I need you to get out of the kitchen. Like, I'm trying to prepare food and cook food. And one of the aunts or somebody was giving a tour to somebody else. And I'm like, ma'am, I need you to, like, I can't have you in here right now. I'm trying to get the food prepared for the service. And she's like, oh, well, I'm just giving a tour. Move! What are you doing? And like, I'm having two or three other people apologize for the lady, I'm gonna say behavior, but for her being in the kitchen in my way. And I'm like, miss, I'm trying to get stuff done, and you are like seriously putting a damper on what I have to get done. Like, I'm on a time crunch here where I have to get things done, by a certain time. And she's just taking her little time, looking in all the drawers and all in the cabinets. And oh, and this is where this is showing. I'm like, miss, excuse me, like, move. So there are certain things. No. But the cook went very well, Uncle B. It really did. It was such a laid back, chill event that it was really cool. It was really cool. Start off the year, start off the season. So yeah. Jimmy says, Kent, you need to catch up on your videos. I need to catch up on your rib methods. Yeah. Look, Neil says, no good deed goes unnoticed. Yeah. Well, Grumpy says, or Kent says, how's everything with God's, in God's country? Yeah. Let's see, Maria says, do you cook at the location or cook at your place and then take to the location or both? Usually, Maria, I cook anything I do as far as smoked meats. I always cook here because it's too much extra for me to take and transport one of my smokers with me. Um, and it's everything is too unpredictable to want to transport one of the smokers. I will transport some of like I'll transport the I don't have that rectangular grill any longer. I used to transport that one and cook on that one for on-site events, but now I have the grill table Johnny 5, and then I also want to get Frida. I need to change out the running gear on Frida. I want to change out the legs basically. I want to put a almost kind of like a cart, like the wheels from a cart to be able to take and make Frida more portable, so I can take Frida to other events. Frida being that PBQ cooker, the low country cooker. I just haven't had events in order to get it done. Uncle B says, I feel you on that. Yeah. Hopefully you can get caught up with the latest vids. Yes. We both need to move to Texas. We can start Ebony and Ivory barbecue. Yeah, man. Kent, I'll tell you what. Not for nothing. I would love to cook with you, but Marcus has already claimed me. He said if you ever move to Texas, he's got me. Because man, I'm telling you, him and Jamie, they are trying to get me to Texas something awful, and the way they keep doing what they're doing down there, I won't say I'm ready to go, but I'm sure I can make a go of it. Neil says, have a good night, my friends. We will talk soon. Yes, sir. Thank you for hanging out. Apple, my favorite. I definitely appreciate you hanging out, Neil. Maria says, how do you keep it hot? Ever use ice chests? I have some tamales that are piping hot, and the lady had them in ice chests. So, Maria, yes, you know what? It's funny. A lot of people don't realize that coolers will keep food hot and or cold. Same thing with the Cambros. The Cambro, if you put something in the Cambro cold, it'll keep it cold. So it's just insulated. It insulates for heat or it insulates for cold. So, it's just one of those things where we always associate a cooler with something keeping things cold. But a lot of people, more often than not, people don't associate putting hot foods or hot things into a cooler to keep them warm. But a cooler will do the same exact thing as a Cambro will, but the Cambro has these shelves and racks in it it just makes it easier to transport catering pans. Jeremy Pena says, "Yo, what's up? What's going on? How you doing, Jeremy? Appreciate you being here. Definitely appreciate you hanging out on Saturday while I was slicing up brisket. It's funny. My kids were trying to read your name, and it's like Jeremy Pena. Nope, it's Pena. It's like you just know that Pena is Pena. Dash your largest pit. What's her name again? My biggest offset is name Cracker Barrel. My largest pit is Bernadette. So we have Bernadette, Bessie. Yeah, Bernadette and Bessie are the big girls. So, yeah. Oh, you missed it. When I was picking up the energy drinks tonight, I stumbled upon, I walked up the aisle, it was Skittles gummies. I kind of thought that, but, I was given benefit of the doubt. And now I do remember you were in a competition. So, hmm. Mm-hmm. Jeremy says, "Yeah, I'm always here. Thumbs up, even if I don't say what's up." Well, that's what's up, Jeremy. But if if you don't leave a comment, did you even watch? That's what I put. Oh man, Kent, look, man, shoot. It's been a long day and a long couple, whatever. But it's all right, man. I didn't ban you. I didn't ban Cracker Barrel barbecue. Oh. Anyway, love you too, man. Kent. We go way back. Let's see. Mm-mm. Hold on, I feel like Christian shouts to sweet Jesus. Yes, them the truth, bro. This is my first time having them, and I'm not mad. I'm not mad. Bumpy says dash binge. So Bumpy has been watching my old videos, and oh goodness, I just want to cringe basically. He says watching your videos, the last few has been getting me prepped for my cooks I have coming up. Nice. Just picked up 2 big cooks for CSX, serving all 3 shifts on site, 11 a.m., 7 p.m., and 3 a.m. For days, but gotta get that weekend money. Hell yeah. Uh, Maria, all the time, all the time, all the time. The problem, Maria, is Maryland is like anything good. Maryland is like nah, bruh, nah, bruh. And food truck or food trailer is one of those things that is good, and Maryland is like pumpy brakes. It's oh goodness gracious. I wish I could go into greater detail. And it's just difficult. It's just difficult. But that's why I am trying to build up my clientele. I'm trying to build up my reputation. Sorry, the moonshine has got me a little shiny. My reputation, so that when and or if I am able to take that leap and that jump, and I say, "Hey, it's official. I got a spot." I won't have to worry if people are going to come in the door. I'm going to have a line out the door before I even, light a fire. That's what I want to do. So I'm just building that foundation right now, Maria. Uh, and I keep toying. So Maria, you've watched my channel for a while, and I don't know how in how deep you were on my Instagram, like prior to, I think probably like 2 years, maybe 3 years ago. But excuse me, 5, 6 years ago, I used to sell food basically out of the trunk of my car, right, and or via Instagram, and I would cook, and then I would sell food via Instagram. Hey, I have some brisket. Hey, I have a pound of brisket. I have a couple pounds of pulled pork. All you gotta do is order and eat. Hit me up, and I'm on my way. Right? Text me your address. I'm on my way, and that was it. Well, the problem is a lot of my probably 75% of the followers I have on Instagram remember that was my business model. My business model was I would post a picture, somebody would see something, and they're like, "Yo, what? How long will it take you to get to my house?" I'm not doing that any longer. So I've stopped posting pictures as much on Instagram when I am cooking because I don't want to get those questions like, "Yo, what do you have available?" Nothing, because you didn't place an order. And I'm trying to get people to understand that I need them to place an order ahead of time. And the people who get it are getting it. And the people who don't get it are like, "Yo, why you never cook anymore?" I never stopped cooking. You never ordered. So there's a bit of a disconnect, a bit of a, delay. Yeah, make your catering easier. You don't have to deal with the people giving kitchen tours. Yo, I'm aware, Kent. I am aware. But you know what, man? Deep down, I really love the intimacy of those small events, man. Like, yo, no joke. The There are a couple people who hung out in the kitchen with me, and yo, I really um dug hanging out in the kitchen with them. Like really just chopping it up and shooting a breeze. Now, obviously, when I'm busy, but you know what? See, it's one of those things where people who work in the kitchens and do this, like cooking or catering or like chefing, they understand, and they're not going to bug me or ask me questions while I'm at the busiest point of my catering event. They're like, "Oh man, the original the rush is gone. Now is when I'm going to come and eat, or now is when I'm going to come and hang out in the kitchen, and now is when I'm going to come and give you a compliment." Yo, I had this guy come. He's seriously, he's a chef. Like, this guy is a chef. Hold on one second. Kent says I'm thinking about doing some pre-sale cooks. Dude, pre-sales are good, but it's hard, man. It's hard, and where I am in Baltimore is a different beast, different animal than where you are in Iowa, Kent. And your pre-sales probably are a lot easier to get and to do than my pre-sales, because I don't know if I've told you this. I know I mentioned it before, but a lot of times the people who were buying my food were high, and they're scrolling through Instagram high, and they're like, "Oh my god, this food look good, yo! I could eat that right now." And that was when they would order. And listen, that money spends just like anybody else money spends, but there was no pre-thought. It was all impulse. So, you know, lots of people pre-sales, great idea. It might not necessarily work to the people who were, buying my food. I mean, not for nothing. And Instagram, is definitely not putting out the content the same exact way that it used to. Let's see. I started saying something. Oh, so one of the guys that I talked to was I want to say classically, was a trained chef. Went to culinary school, and he came through and he said, "Listen," he said, "I really want to tell you that brisket was phenomenal." He said, "And I don't offer compliments up often, especially when it comes to food." He said, "Because I'm stingy." He was like, basically, "I'm stingy." And in order for me to give you a compliment, you really have to impress me. And he's like, "And you did." And I'm like, "Well, damn. Like, how you going?" He basically said, "Listen, I really like what you had, and I'm only telling you that I like what you had because I don't tell people that I like what they cooked for me when they cook for me." I was just like, that was deep, and it made me appreciate his compliment that much more, right? So, yeah. Bernie said it's the constant fight with me. My commissary kitchen restaurant space is catering and takeout pre-order nights only. everyone wants to just walk in and get lunch. That's not my business model. Bernie, what? Yes, I've had to change my. I mean, love, nah, you're okay. Uh, you know, it's just, sometimes, man, it just hit different. Anyway, but yes, Bernie, totally understand. Um, you want to cater to anybody, but you have to cater to those people who understand what you're doing and take the time to order ahead of time. If I have something extra, great. Do I usually have extra? Not anymore. Meat costs too much nowadays for me to be able to say, oh, I got an extra 5 pounds of this or I extra. No, my margins are that much closer where I don't have anything extra. Maria said there's an ice cream truck that sells food, legit hot dogs, nachos, etc., and ice cream. But best believe my sons look for the ice cream truck versus all the regular postal service ice cream trucks. Why is that? Kristen Child says, bro, outside of barbecue, how's the family doing? We are doing well. We are doing well. Just thriving, man. Trying to, everything is trying to get back to quote unquote normal or the new normal. So that's what we're doing, man. Definitely we're doing. Kent says cash money is cash money. Sure enough. Uncle Beast is trying to grow our pre-sales when we got back to cooking once we get our website up and running. Oh, trying to grow our pre-sales when we get back to cooking once we get our website up and running. Yes. Hey, Jimmy said, okay, an hour in. If you haven't hit that thumbs up already, it's time. Yes, indeed, it is definitely time. Really, I really want to thank you guys. I forget sometimes to just say, hey, please, could you hit that thumbs up button for me? It takes a moment, and it really does mean a lot. It means a lot to me. It means a lot for these videos, and it really does help my channel. I mean, it really does help. Bernie says I usually cook a little extra, vacuum seal it, and freeze it for people to buy who walk in and want to try it. I also keep a front cooler full of scratch-made pickles, barbecue sauces, jerky, bacon, etc. Nice, man. Bernie, where are you? I don't think I remember where you are. All right, so Maria says because it sells food, banana splits, milkshakes, etc. Not your ordinary frozen wrapped ice cream. All right, Maria, what kind of beer are you drinking this evening? I don't know. I'm trying to get to know you better. What you drinking on? Maria said already hit that like. Thanks. Yes, Maria OG. Maria is definitely OG. She has been around for a while. I really do appreciate you guys, and I say thank you, and I really do mean it. So I really can't say thank you enough for being here, for joining me, and watching. I really do appreciate it. Pacifico, I haven't had a Pacifico in a while. All right, I'm with it though. All right, so I only have a splash upstate New York. All right. I only have a splash of energy drink left. I have a whole nother one in the refrigerator, but I don't think I want to drink a whole nother one at 11 o'clock. Or 10 o'clock. Cerveza Clara. Yes. I thought Pacifica was... I guess it is like a Pilsner. It's amber. Right. Only took half. Bumpy said, Bumpy is damn man. I guess writing in all caps gets my question blocked. No, I swear I saw that question because I made mention of the fact that it was in all caps. Hold on. Let me go back. Bumpy got me scrolling back for a damn hour in the comments. Hold on. All right, so he said, "What's the definition of corporate?" Yeah, I did ask this. I did answer this, and Bumpy, I was saying that I really was just making like to trying to differentiate between being in somebody's house versus being at a and I would say corporate office, but being at an office like a business. Because I've done small businesses. Like I've told you guys before. Um, I do a there's a company local to me who they were a parent at the kids' school, and I catered like the basketball. I think it was a basketball banquet, and then they had the food there, and they were like, "Oh, you know what? When can you cook for our Christmas party?" And I've done a Christmas party, but I told you guys how I forgot I had two events on the same day, and I got the sides mixed up. Like I brought the wrong sides to that first event, and I ended up having to scramble and go across the street from where her office was to go to Walmart and buy like buns and potato salad and coleslaw because I got the sides mixed up. And then like the next year she didn't order food from me, but her guys like straight revolted and basically made her order food for me the next year because they were pissed at whatever food that they ordered. They were like, "Yo, this is garbage compared to the barbecue we had last year." But it is what it is, and it's one of those things where I've been doing this for such a long time. I have those type of stories. I got a call from a lady a few days ago, and she's like, "Hey, I haven't reached out to you in a couple years. This is my name. I don't know if you remember me. I had you do an event for me, X, Y, and Z." And I'm like, "Yeah, I remember you. I did food for you in this particular park, and then I came to your house, and then you were mad at me because I didn't cut the ribs up." I'm like, "All you had to do was ask me to cut the ribs up. I'd have cut them up for you." And she was like, "Here's a cutting board. Here's a knife. Cut the ribs up for me and my father." She was like, "You do remember me?" I'm like, "Yeah." So I said, "Well, wait. Last time I could cook for you, it was like a graduation party for your son, right?" She's like, "Yeah." Well, that was his eighth grade graduation. Now his high school graduation. So I mean, talk about longevity. I've had I have some long term customers where I've grown up and seeing these people's kids grow up, and I've done multiple events for these people. So it's just one of those things where sometimes these little teeny in-home events turn into bigger events where they're like, "Oh, well, I don't work for this company anymore. I don't work for here anymore, but I remember you did this thing for me, and I brought you up when we were having a company potluck." Or just, my particular, so I know, Bumpy, you work, for a transportation agency in the area. Um, yeah. And even if you're not cooking for the the top level management, just cooking for an office party. Office parties, they count as corporate stuff. That's what all I'm saying. Let's All right, let's see. Cerveza Clara. Yeah, Maria, yo hablo español. Okay. Yo hablo un poquito español. I know what it means. Bumpy said no. I've asked two other questions after that. I'll hit the DM. All right, do that definitely. Either that or yeah, text me. Blind Man says, "Hey," he says, "What's happening, everyone? Hope everyone is well." Yes, Blind Man Cooking. I'm waving to you, man. Yeah, oh, exactly, Maria. All caps equals yelling. That's what I said when he was writing all caps before. I was like, "Yo, why are you yelling?" First Love, how you doing? How you doing, man? Good evening. Look, we are in the second hour, and let me just tell you that I just poured another pour, and it has kicked in for sure. So, all right, so Bumpy, do me a solid and just maybe ask your question. You don't have to. I mean, if you want, if you don't want, you can ask your question again. Just maybe write in all lowercase. Yeah. Uh, James says, "Hey Dash, been checking out the love. Been checking you out. Love the content. So I'm just starting, and I have a small catering gig, like 3 slabs and a small pan of tips. How do you price a job like this in terms of per slab or per pound tips?" So here's the thing, James. I talk about this, and this is one of the most frequently asked questions. I base my price on what the food costs me. So you need to base your price on what the food costs you. Usually, the main rule of thumb is, you take your base cost of whatever it is and you multiply it by three. You multiply it by three because one of those times is going to pay for the food, one of those times is going to pay for your time, and then one of those times is going to pay you a profit. Unfortunately, with the costs of meat that have gone through the roof, what ends up happening is you might end up having to overcharge a little bit, like a little bit of a surcharge, or you might have to undercharge a little bit. And unfortunately, slabs, which would be spare ribs, and rib tips are two things I do not do. I live in Baltimore. I cook in Baltimore, and like I get, I don't get very much call for slabs. Ooh, crap. Speaking of which, I know I have. I feel like I need to reach out to the one lady who does actually order slabs. She hit me up recently about wanting food. Crap. Bernie said, treat your $300 cook like it's a $3,000 cook. Always put your best product and service out. The small accounts turn into the large accounts. Yes, indeed. Bernie, let me just tell you, man, I don't know how many times I've taken a rack of ribs, a couple pounds of pork, a little bit of brisket to one. Yo, case in point, right? Case in point. I don't even know how this girl got my food or how she got my number. Somebody somebody she knows follow me someone she knows follows me on Instagram or shouted me out on Instagram, and she started following me. This girl is an administrative assistant to some for a specific company in Northern Virginia, and I've catered at her place of employment. So when she hit me up and she's like, hey, is there any way where I can place an order because I'm trying to taste your food and have your food so I can determine whether or not I want to order it for my corporate event? I'm like, sure. Just let me know what it is you would like to try. And, so I ended up cooking like a little smorgasbord for her and her family. And she was like, okay, I'm definitely placing a corporate order or order for my office, and I'm gonna need this, and this. And I'm like, okay, no problem, sure. So her following me on Instagram, spending 150, $200 turned into $1,000 order. Easy. And then not only did it turn into $1,000 order, it turned into $1,000 order for her corporate. Then it turned into another 150, $200 order for her Thanksgiving or for her Christmas. And then her boss placed the order. So that original $100, $200 order turned into like another $2,000 easy. And the whole thing is let the food do the talking, and you kind of go from there. But definitely, Bernie, definitely agree. James said, I hope I make sense. Yes, indeed, I do. I completely understand what you're saying. Uh, First Love says, wow, what did I miss? All caps. So, um, how, I won't say back in the day, but when you are, I'll say lazy, when you turn the caps lock on and you start typing just so you don't have to put in the proper punctuation and capitalization, it seems as if you're yelling. Like if you are trying to emphasize something, you put it in all caps. So like I can talk to you just like this, but if I really want to talk to you, this is how I'm gonna. That's how all caps is perceived, and at least, excuse me, I've been on the internet a long time, and all caps to me is always perceived as yelling. Look, Russ says, I don't understand. Maria says, gotta run, dash, bye. Chat, take it easy. Thanks for the laughs and the entertainment. No worries, Maria. Thank you for hanging out. James says, I'm in Chicago. We love slabs. Yeah, uh-huh. But see, your slabs are different than my slabs, and, way different than the slabs down in Texas, because, we going to Houston, you talk about a slab, we talking about a slammed car right now. Christian Child says Chicago loves rib tips. Faux show, faux show. Ha, yeah. Bumpy said rewatch Gang in the AM. Have you thought about lighting a fire in Priscilla or Frida? My gosh, those are one I love and hate the fact that I put those cookers on the channel because you are the constant reminders that I have never put a fire in either one of those cookers, and it's not for a lack of trying. Yo, so here we go. Let's just future webcam billionaire. What's going on, man? How you doing? I checked out your work, man. A1 top notch. Anyway, um, here's this is my life. Yesterday, my son walks out the door. Taste tester number 2 walks out the door in the morning. He says, "Daddy, I'm going to this basketball tryout this afternoon. I'm going directly after school with one of my classmates." I'm like, "All right, cool. Where is it?" He tells me where it is. I'm like, "Okay, cool. It's not very far from the house. Not a problem." He goes and he goes right after school. And mind you, yesterday was Tuesday. He goes right after school, and I had to take taste tester number 3 to MMA yesterday. I get her home, get picked up, get her home, come in the house, basically change your clothes. We sit around for about 20 minutes, do some things in the house, and then out the door, MMA is at 5:30. So taste tester number 2 says, "Daddy, we are. It's a tryout, and there's a game at 7 o'clock. All right, or actually, he said that. No, he said the trial will be done at 7. I said, okay, cool. I'm leaving from Owings Mills. I gotta get back down into the city, into Baltimore City. I said I should be able to pick you up by 7. I'm like, MMA is done at 6:15. It's like a half an hour or so to get to where I need to be to pick you up. I should be there. Cool. Then I get another text message that says, I'm on the team. We play a game at 8 o'clock. On what team? What game at 8 o'clock? Now, mind you, this is at like 4:30, 5 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm like, what? You were supposed to be going and just kind of like watching this league to find out some more information. And then he sends me a message that says, I'm on the team and our first game is in an hour or 2. What? So now I take taste test number 3 from MMA, get dinner, go home, make sure taste test number 1 is cool. All right, he's got dinner squared away. Cool. I leave, go to the rec center where taste test number 2 is at 8 o'clock. With her this game, like he's on this team that I know nothing about, and I'm gonna give him grief because I'm like, bro, we gotta talk about this, right? So when people say, have you done this or have you done that? Yo, I don't have an afternoon to myself. I don't have an evening to myself. Tonight, I was like, you know what? What can I do? Kind of hang out with my kids, entertain them. My wife is gone, so they're not just sitting in the house watching TV, doing whatever. I like going to the range. I don't get to go to the range like as often as I would like. I work at the range, but because I work there, I don't get to shoot as often as I would like. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna take them. I haven't taken them all to the range in a couple months, so let's go to the range. Everybody was home. It was early enough. Like they had a half day of school. I said, let's go to the range. Tomorrow he's got another game, so he's gonna leave directly from school, go to the rec center, and be there. And tomorrow afternoon, I also have to take taste test number 3 to MMA. I'm just like, which means I need to cook dinner before I take her to MMA, which means I need to have dinner done before I pick her up from school. It's like, I don't get a day. Bernie says 90% of caterers and cooks would have turned their heads and not cooked a small order for her. But always treat people the same, and your good food and service will play out. This is well done. Yes, indeed. Yep. Look, First Love says, LOL, when I was in my 20s, a girlfriend of mine told me, stop being lazy and stop yelling at me when I would email in all caps. Yep. Did you get the employee discount? No. First Love says, you're a better father than me. I have a game at 8 o'clock. The hell you do? I see you. Listen. So let me let you in a little secret. I laid him out and basically made it seem like I was mad. I wasn't mad. I won't say I don't care, but I'm gonna be there to support him. You know what? He. Listen, he is my athletic son. He is my athletic son that goes from. I mean, literally last week they played baseball. I was at baseball practice between baseball practice and games 2 to 3 times a week, right? That was just last week, and I'm like, yes, I got time off. I don't have to go to baseball in the afternoons. Turn around the very next damn week. Now we got basketball, bruh. But I'm not going. I'm going to give him a little bit of grief, but I'm not going to let him know that it's okay. I don't mind as long as I can work it out, but don't start scheduling stuff for when I have other things going on. During the week, I will make sacrifices. I will say, all right, well, I'm not going to be in the house. So as opposed to me being able to cook dinner in the house, I have to buy something for dinner. Is that something I really want to do? No, because it adds up. But is it something I'm willing to do? Hell yes. Because I want him to have the opportunities, but I also want him to understand that I'm going to give him a hard time. Does that make sense? I'm sorry. Yeah. Don't stop nothing in motion. All right. You said it was hard work. Yeah, I bet it was. Oh man, that's what's up though. Um, yeah. I mean, I was telling the lady who runs the rec center is actually their coach, and I was like, I'd rather be home right now, but I'm here. But I don't mind being here, but I'd much rather be home. And some people get it and some people don't because it's like, I know I'm talking cyclically, but it's like, could I be home sitting doing something else, or am I sitting on this bleacher in this rec center, sitting on this hard ass bench? Like, I could be sitting on the couch, or I could be asleep, or I could be doing something else home. But no, I'm here. I mean, people always say, you guys, and I don't know how some of you guys do all of the other stuff you do, but I'm always on the go, always on the go. Like, I don't I don't get very much time for me because I'm, definitely catering to my kids. This one has this one has that. Yo, Taj, he's asleep. It's so underrated, bruh. I I was talking earlier. I was talking about how I took the missus to the airport yesterday morning, and I got up at 3:45, and I was up all day long, right? And then, doing everything I had to do. Taste Hustle number two not decided, but it's on his basketball team after taking Taste Hustle number three to MMA. And by the time it was all said and done, I got home and it was 10 o'clock. I hadn't eaten anything. We stopped and got dinner late. So we ate, he and I ate. And it was like 11:30, and I'm like this. Like I hadn't been up for almost 24 hours, or 19 hours at that point. I'm like, yo, I'm wide awake. And I didn't go to sleep until after midnight, knowing I needed to get up this morning at 5:30. Yo, like me being up, and so my man Taj has known me for a very long time, and he knows that I will sacrifice sleep at the drop of the hat, like easy, to get things done. To get there's only so many hours in the day, and you have to prioritize things. And one of those things that I take away from or I chip away at is sleep. Like, man, I could tell you some stories. Webcams billionaire says making butter chicken and mango lassi for dinner. That's what's up. Well, I mean, cooking stats. Did you get your wife a new grill? No, I did look at her grill today, and the grill I was looking at was the grill from Sam's. One, because it's available, and two, because it's actually decently priced for what it is. It's like aluminum and stainless steel. Like the grates are all stainless steel. It's like $800. I think I might go ahead and get that for her. Our anniversary is coming up at the end of the month, and we will be celebrating our 18th year anniversary. My man Taj was there for the wedding. I feel like I need to get up and go get the picture. Look, Tosh and Dash is lying to y'all. There's a point in his younger life, younger days, that he didn't sleep. This dude was a friendly hood vampire. Damn near. Damn near. That was, I'm telling you, man, I can tell you what year it was. It was like from 2014 to 2014 through 2000, like mid 2016 is when I did not sleep. I was up almost all hours of the night. Like I would catnap. Yep. Taj, 18 years. 18 years. Sure enough. I mean, I'm looking behind you. Buy the dinner one is cheaper. I wish, man. They're all new in box. Because I've seen them. I seen them. So I saw it at my Sam's locally. And I'm like, First Love says, my child played soccer on a broke ankle. After told not to, I was cussing her out all the way to the hospital while thinking this is the one is going to have her own business one day. Yeah. You know what, First Love, man, I'm telling you, you can't. It's like, how they say, don't show fear even when you're afraid. It's one of those things, man. It's like, I agree, and I gave him grief about, I wanted him to understand that sometimes he has to think about not just himself. And mommy and daddy are always going to be there for him, but you can't always just assume that mommy and daddy are going to be okay with it, and that mommy and daddy are going to be able to just take care of it. First Love says she now owns her own daycare. Daddy was right. Yeah, man. Shoot. I'm telling you, man. It's like, and Taste Us number two. Mark my words. He is my entrepreneur. He will do something. I don't know what yet, but when I've taken him with me to, I'm telling you, Taste Tester number one, Taste Tester number two, and Taste Tester number three. Those are my little proteges. Taste Tester number three this past weekend she was an invaluable piece of the puzzle. That event, Taste Tester number one and my wife went to Arlington, Arlington National Cemetery. My wife's job, they got tickets to do a tour of Arlington, and excuse me, and I was stoked to go until I got this event, and I'm like, damn it, all right, damn it. Just because I'm into what Arlington is and what Arlington represents, and like I wanted to see the changing of the guard and all that stuff like that. Anyway, so Taste Tester number one went with my wife. Well, it's like, all right, well, Taste Tester number two had something else to do. He was going bowling with his girlfriend. Well, that leaves taste tester number 3. Well, taste tester number 3 had a choice. Hey, you can either go with mommy or you can go with daddy. Well, what is daddy doing? Daddy's doing an event. I want to go with daddy. Like, really? She's like, yeah, I want to help you. I'm like, okay. And she went with me and she was explaining to people what lean brisket is versus what moist brisket is. And it's so cute when little 10-year-old is there helping daddy, and all the women were like, oh my gosh, you're so cute, you're helping your daddy. Like, she's like, it's just like, because she's shy, so she's like, and it was funny because, like, of course, there's a difference between lean and moist brisket. I always equate it to. I say, lean brisket is more like a roast beef, and the ribeye is more like a ribeye steak. Well, she said, well, the lean is tough, and the moist is chewy, and it's delicious. I was like, boy, that's not how I would have described it, but it is what it is. Nice. That's what's up. Smoke Rings and Grill Mark says, "Hey yo!" I wish I could yell, but it is kind of late. Webcam Billionaire says, "I'm doing a film this weekend. 3 people. Well, that's what's up. You'll have to, put me G. Let me know where I can check it out. Yo, Gummy Skittles. I'm a fan. Yeah, but I can definitely see um, taste tester number 2 and taste tester number 3 doing something entrepreneurially. I don't know what just yet, but yeah. Taste tester number 1, he's definitely more of the I'm going to work in a corporate environment and maybe make a whole bunch of money and pay people to do things, because he doesn't want to do anything. First love is, LOL, lean is tough, moist is chewy. Meh, close enough. Pretty much. One of the guys who was there, he was telling me, I do brisket. He's like, I do barbecue, and he said he was out like, I was cooking hamburgers, right? I told you guys how I cooked on that little on that propane grill, right? That half of the pellet grill propane grill combo, dude. I was able to cook 12 burgers at a time. 12 burgers at a time. Anyway, he was smoking a cigarette while I was cooking on the grill, and he's like, "Oh my gosh!" He said, "I just had to tell you, your daughter is so cute." She said, the lean brisket is tough, and the moist brisket is chewy and delicious." And he was like, I said, "That's what she said, really?" And he's like, "Yeah." He said, it like, it was so cute. It didn't even matter. He's like, that wouldn't be the way I would describe it. And he said, but it worked. Like, it definitely worked. And coming from a child, it just worked. And I'm just like, that's not how I would have described it. So, but like I said, and I've told you guys before about how I took taste tester number 2 with me, and I was cooking hot dogs, and he hustled the hell out of these hot dogs, like the hell out of these hot dogs. That little boy made me so much money. I think I gave him $25 just for helping me. That's how much he he hustled, man, and you can't teach that. All right. I'd much rather than ice cream. No offense, but I'm a fat kid. I like ice cream. Yeah, we've made ice cream here a couple times. We had a ice cream maker. I'm trying to think what happened to it, because I know we have the I know we have the the freezing thing, whatever the base. Um, It's in the freezer upstairs. Like, it's been in the freezer upstairs for years. I don't know where the rest of it is, though. Tasha, that's what's up. They're watching you hustle, man. And hustle, I do. If I sit still at home, I'll be asleep. If I am out and about, I can be up for like, I feel like 96 hours. But little do they know. First Love says, does it surprise you like me that two chain restaurants where one place food is way better than the other place's food? The two chain restaurants where one place's food is way better than the other place's food. No, because even though you have those corporate models and the this is the plan and the SOPs and other things like that, the standard operating procedures. It's just one person is going to take the initiative to do something a little bit different and make it that much better than the other person that's just like, I'm here to get a paycheck and this is what they're paying me to do, and that's it. Like, because I can tell you how I season my briskets, but will it be the same? Probably not, because there's some nuance to it. I mean, it's just not the same. But but you also have places like McDonald's, right? McDonald's, Chick-fil-A. McDonald's, semi-soulless. Like, those people at McDonald's, they cook what they have to cook, they do what they have to do, and that's it. Chick-fil-A, similarly, but the customer service at Chick-fil-A just makes up for anything. I won't say that lacks, but it makes up for a lot. Taj, how's the missus doing? Chick, what? Ernie says, any stories on a smoothly running catering job that people love, but behind the scenes, I feel was chaos or controlled chaos? Playing dog. Taj, yo, I swear, your wife and my wife are so much alike. My wife be playing The Sims too. I have to figure out what Sims it is she playing, but she's got a little tablet. She plays on her tablet. All right, so Bernie, this past weekend, that event was a success, but I was like the duck paddling like this underwater, trying to make sure everything went successfully. So here we go. Let's just talk about the entire event. So for the event, I was tasked with cooking 30 pounds of brisket, 30 pounds of chicken, a full-size catering pan of green beans, a full-size catering pan of brisket baked beans, and a full-size pan of coleslaw. Okay, cool, no problem. And then I was tasked with cooking on site, being on site from 1 p.m. until 5 p.m. Great. Food service to start at 2 p.m. Okay, right? So, what's that? 2, 3, 4, 5. 4 hours cooking on site. And brisket, chicken, boom. Brisket, chicken, done here ahead of time. I did that brisket chicken all on Friday into Saturday. So, that was all done. Easy peasy. Well, on Saturday morning, I got up and I said, all right, I could just take the cans of the greens and everything with me, or I could start it now, get it done. I'm going to go ahead and start it now and get it done. While I'm here at home and I have every cooking utensil I need, I'm not dirtying up anyone else's kitchen. I'm not making any dishes. Nope, I'm just going to cook everything here. Boom, boom, boom. Easy peasy. Did everything here. Done. Everything was ready. Packed up the van. Left my house, right? And got, Uncle B, definitely thank you very much for hanging out. So got to the house. I was supposed to be there at 1 o'clock. I got there at 1:05. Okay. Got there and I'm like, hey. I pull up to the house and I'm getting ready to get out the van. And there's a dog, right? Luckily, I met the dog a week before. Dog's name is Charlie. Hey, Charlie. Dog is like, I'm like, Taste lesson number 3. Don't get out this van until I tell you the coast is clear. So I pull up and I see the guy who in his house it is. I kind of honk the horn, toot toot toot, hey, wave, and he just kind of like waves and he's just letting the dog growl and bark at me. I'm like, oh damn, here we go. So I'm like, all right, I'm gingerly getting out of my van and I'm like putting my hand out to pet the dog, make sure everything is cool and everything, is copacetic. And like the couple minutes it takes me to kind of like feel the dog out, make sure the dog's not gonna bite me, a hole in my butt or anything. I'm like, all right, I gotta get this stuff out of the van. So finally, guy comes up to the house and he's like, the dog's name is Charlie. Charlie, get out of here! Charlie, leave Dash alone so he can get the food in the house, for this event. So cool. So we start taking everything inside, get everything set up, and I'm starting to get everything set up. And I'm like, all right, well, let me go ahead. Right. So I start getting everything done, put out the catering pans, and I'm like, great. So I start doing the math. Well, I didn't actually count how many catering pans I needed. I used 1 or 2 of the pans and I grabbed the rest of the pack, right, of catering pans. Well, guess what? I was short on the catering pans. First dilemma. I'm like, oh, damn. Because I need pans for the water pans or ice pans or pans to put the buns in and other things like that, and pans to bring the burgers in the house when I'm cooking them. And I'm like, yo, I'm like 1 or 2 pans short. Crap. What am I going to do? So I get enough pan. Like I consolidated the buns, the burger buns, and we had slider buns and burger buns. I consolidated the buns and put them in a single full pan, and I had enough pans, right? And then I'm like, yo, I don't have a pan to bring these burgers that I'm going to be cooking outside in the house with. Nor do I have a pan to put the cooked burgers in once I bring them in the house. So I had to go get the guy whose house it was. I'm like, this guy's name is Dave. I'm like, Dave, I am 1 pan short. And he's like, oh, well, here, I said, actually, I didn't say that. I said, Dave, what would you like me to put the burgers in when I finish cooking them? He's like, oh wait, here. So he opens up a cabinet. Luckily enough, there's like 2 half pans and like, a couple full catering pans. I'm like, oh, bet, right? Take out the half pan. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna put the burgers in the half pan and bring them, transport them, and then I have a full pan, and I'm like, yes, this is great. So I turn on the grill and I start cooking, right? I turn the grill on high, right? I'm like, it's a propane grill, it ain't gonna get that hot. And I'm like, I put 12 burgers on the grill. I start doing the food and everything like that, and it's like 1:15 at this point. So, Dave told everybody, hey, food will be ready at 2-ish, just, it is what it is. Like, all right. So I start cooking these burgers. Well, I'm cooking the burgers out on that patio, which is a couple steps from the kitchen, and I'm like back and forth in between, and I'm trying to make sure the last minute touches are all set up, all of the warmers are ready, everything has water, all of the food is out. I put the extra brisket and the extra chicken into the oven to make sure that it was warm or staying warm while everything else was out. And I start cooking the burgers. Well, I cook the burgers and I look out at the grill and I see a whole plume of smoke. And I'm like, oh, damn. I go out there, like, the burgers have hockey puckified themselves because that grill actually got way hotter than I thought it would. Well, damn. The first 12 burgers are like hockey pucks. Like, in my opinion, they were hockey pucks. And I wanted to throw them straight out. But I couldn't because I ended up having to put them into a pan because at like 2:07, 50 people came up from the basement and all were hungry and all wanted to eat right in that exact moment. So I'm like, fuck. And I'm like, all right, well, I put out the hockey puck-ish hamburgers and I started cooking the next batch of burgers. And I cooked the next batch of burgers and the next batch of burgers. And I probably was almost through the first box of burgers because I had 2 boxes of burgers. I only had 80 burgers before Dave was like, hey, can you put some cheese on some of these? I'm like, yeah, sure. You didn't give me the cheese, so yeah. Yo, Christian Child, man, I'm telling you, man, that grill got way hotter than I anticipated it to get. I'm so used to, and I think it's more of a, I'm used to using craptastic propane grills that don't actually get hot. Yo, that grill got hot. I cooked the rest of the burgers on low, and they cooked like they were good. Like they were good. I'm telling you, every single event, there's always something. But you know what I will never do? I will never, ever, ever show that I am flailing underwater. It's just one of those things, man. You got to do what you got to do to get it done. And then once it's over, that's when you just be like, I'm ready. You just be like, I'm ready. And I was ready afterward. I mean, but that's the thing. Like, I was cooking on a grill I'd never cooked on before. I didn't have enough foil pans, and usually I do. I typically have in excess, but I had so much stuff that I was like, well, I just didn't have enough pans. Yo, I just didn't have enough pans. I had so let's just count. Like when I counted, I was like, I need like 8 pans. So I had green beans, brisket beans, coleslaw. That's 3 buns. So burger buns, slider buns. We're at 5. Then I had lean brisket, moist brisket, and chicken. Right? And I feel like I'm forgetting something. Excuse me. So that's 8. 8 pans. I know I had 8 pans. I know I did. But the problem was I needed 1 or 2 additional pans. And usually, typically, I take extras, but I just didn't have enough this time. I thought I had enough. I didn't. But damn. I mean, like I said, that wasn't even the worst thing. The worst thing was, like I said, they hockey puckified themselves. Seriously. Like, I'm like, you put the burgers on the grill and then you just let them sit. Once the juices start coming out of the side, time to flip them over. Flip them over for another minute or so. All right, take them off. Boom, done. Then I flipped these things over, and I went back into the kitchen and was like trying to get all of the food, like foil off of the food and everything like that. And the next thing I know, man, I'm seeing a whole bunch of smoke. And when I say flames, and it's just one of those things where it's like, don't panic. I mean, I'm not going to just don't burn this man's house down. But it's like, all right, you know what you do is reach in, use your long handle spatula, and take these burgers off this grill. The fire will die down. The fire will go out, because it's just a grease fire, But dog, man, I'm telling you, when I say flailing. So yes, Taj, it was definitely corn time. Forget Miller time, it was corn time. Damn sure. Taj, yeah, you gonna find out. Because you're going to be down, you said you're going to be down here towards the end of the month. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Man, oh man. I mean, it's just, whew. Bernie is, I'm sure, Bernie, you probably have, you might have those days too where on the outside you are like, oh man, everything's fine, and that's the can response. Oh no, all is well, everything's fine. But in the back of your mind, you're like, God damn it, I'm worried about this, or I'm worried about that, or I'm worried about this, or I'm worried about that, or the combination of these two things will. Oh man, you just hypersensitive, hyper alert. Yeah, Russ, you're absolutely right. Some people like well done. I'm not some people. And I much rather undercook a burger because I can overcook it or cook it extra than to overcook a burger for someone who wants it undercooked. I probably will be, Taj. I probably will be. You only gave him 12. Nah, man, I gave more than 12. Shoot. I just, there were, no, like, I don't know how to explain it, Russ, man. It's just one of those things where the first 12 were hockey puckified. Like, definitely. The next 12, I knew better. And then the following, you know, 12 batches. Each batch of 12 was good, but bruh, yeah, I did give them 12 well, but you know, it was one of those things where they didn't care. I feel like they didn't care. They were just like, "Oh, it's burgers. All right, I'm taking a burger." Oh, no one asked. You know, so like they're different. Oh man, I have been to cookouts and I've done events. Like I've done events for my own company, and I get that one person that's like, "Yo, I want a well done burger, or I want my hot dog charred." Okay, cool. Hey, you know, any particular one you want? Which one you want? I'll take that one. I'll put it back on the grill for you. I got none of that this time. So I got no. Oh, the missus just sent me a picture. She's drinking. And she has water. Good. All right. I'm sorry. Uh, what up, Bobby? How you doing this evening, Bobby? You got your vodka going? If my wife realizes that it is a Wednesday, she will join, and I could, you know, tell her, oh, you know what I can do? Huh, I know how I could do this. I'm going to send her a text message from my work phone. Hold on, give me 1 second. Yep, that's one. Oh, all right. So I told her, I said, I see you, water and all. She had a drink and a Dasani, a bottle of water. I said, I'm doing a live stream and can't reply from my phone at the moment, but there's always a backup. There's always, you know, that plan. I say plan B, but there's always a backup. Anyway, Bobby, hopefully all is well with you. And man, oh man, I am definitely feeling on top of the world right now. Oh, excuse me. Like I said, we might be graced with her presence. If she, you know, decides to get on to the live stream, but I don't know. We'll see if she does. I probably won't. But anyway, um, Bernie, always there's always something. You know, like I don't care how much planning you do. I mean, the only there's always something. I won't say goes wrong, but always something doesn't go according to plan. How about that? Because we won't say it's wrong, but there's always something that does not go according to plan. Speaking of according to plan, I am debating whether or not I want to take some of these gummies and put some into some of my moonshine. I need some Jolly Ranchers. That'd be good. Mm. Goodness. Mm. Oh no. Don't apologize. Hmm. That is loud. All right. Let's try to turn the volume down a little bit here. Okay. There was something I was going back. I was going back to try to answer. Kristen Child says them Jolly Rancher gummies put triple OG grown gangster adults into their feelings. Them things go ham. Yes. Hello. There we go. I talked about it. I said, oh, once I make mention, maybe she'll join us. And there she is. Hey, girl. How you doing? Look, 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 look. I got some Skittles gummies. I am. Taj says, hey. Yo, Taj says his wife is playing The Sims too. Or Sims as well. Victor! What's going on, Victor? Victor is the salmon expert from the Pacific Northwest. How is St. Croix? Don says, hey, Victor. They funny. I'm telling you. I don't know what version of Sims they playing or she's playing, but I'm sure now they. Oh, you playing Sims? I'm playing Sims too. Boy, oh boy, that's gonna be the next topic of conversation. You just watch, Tops. You just watch. They got a whole nother, another thing to connect on. Sims 4. I don't know what Sims the missus is playing. Well, she's right there. What Sims are you playing? I don't think it's 4 though, because it's on her tablet. Victor says the Great Pacific Northwest. Yeah. Did you just wake up from a nap, Victor, or something? I mean, Victor be napping in the middle of the day. Tillicum Village, fond memories. Bobby, is that a Sims? Is that a Sims reference or a Pacific Northwest reference? Or is that a St. Croix reference? Which one is it? Bobby, you gotta speak in complete sentences. I'm like half a sheet to the wind right now. All right. Thank you, Bobby. She said Pacific Northwest. We made a couple different references here. To sear some fish? Taj, yo. My man Victor, he's been talking about taking me salmon fishing for 2 years now. And I got it for longer than 2 years, actually, probably. I got to get out there and get some salmon. So when I get some salmon, you won't know. Even though I prefer Atlantic salmon, I just do it. Okay, do it. All right. Shia. I see you, Shia. Do it. Victor, his name is Don. Don. Like I said, he was taking a nap. He's still. Did you like wipe the crust out of your eye? Don says he's going for sturgeon. I don't even think I've ever eaten sturgeon before. I will be going for black sea bass and porgies in a couple weeks. I will be headed off of the coast. Well, not the coast, but going off of uh, uh, Cape Cod. We're fishing off Cape Cod. And actually going to be taking Taste Tester number 1 and 2 with me this year with my father-in-law. Where do you go sturgeon fishing, Don? Well, I guess fishing for sturgeon. Christian Child says, LOL. I love how Dash knows his audience. Homie was taking a nap indeed. That's hilarious. Dash knows his audience. Yeah. Bernie says, brisket fat side down. Changed my mind. You're wrong. So here's the thing, right? I am a firm believer that the fat is on top of the brisket. And when the fat renders out of the brisket, you want it to run down and underneath the brisket. I see and hear people talking about, oh, you want to have the fat to where the heat source is coming from. If your heat source is not outrageous, you won't burn your damn brisket. But you do want to have your brisket to baste your, like you want that fat cap to baste your brisket. So why wouldn't you put that fat up, right? And again, unless you are directly grilling, right, direct heat, cooking your brisket, you want the fat side up so that it can self-baste that brisket. And like there's just nothing else to it. Like, that is the way. Party boat prices this year. Oh man. That's my work schedule just changed. I'm doing graveyard, so I just got up. Okay. Don says the Columbia River down by Astoria. There. Yeah. Oh, yep. Mm-hmm. I don't know where that is, but I can look it up on the map later. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh man, Donna, looking forward to it. Definitely. Good luck. Good luck. Victor said a schedule change, man. You were so looking forward to the schedule that you had. I know that's probably killing you, man. And yes, I do know my audience. We've been at this for a while. Victor said, okay, now I had a song opening starting in June. What are you planning on fishing? Grumpus is fat side down. Stick to my grate. Fat side down, sticks to my grates. Rips off my bark every time. There you go. Mm-hmm. Don says, Goonies, come on, man. Listen. I am a fan of the Goonies, but I just, I can't say I'm 100% like knowing exactly which rivers they were on and all the other stuff, and Kristen Johnson's fat side down is like putting chocolate and caramel syrup at the bottom of the ice cream cone, huh? Go ahead. Go ahead, let that thing drizzle down over the top and let it render down the cone. I mean, that is an eloquent analogy. I like that. And you talking about ice cream? I'm eating Skittles gummies. There's ice cream in my freezer, and I have caramel sauce. Jimmy says, so pour another one or get ready for bed. I feel like that was a damn demand. Pour another drink or go to bed. Pour another drink or go to bed. You know what I'm going to do, Jimmy? This is what I have left in my jar. I'm going to finish out my jar. Hey, if I know my wife. Baby, you still there? Or you asleep? Look, Jimmy. This is all your fault. I'm going to let the drips drip. Jimmy. This is all your fault. This was, from what I understand, this was fresh, too. This is less than 24 hours old. Fresh. So we put something in there. And I'm going to get some ice. I don't have my headphones in tonight, so you have to bear with me. I'm going to get some ice. Woo. From my bougie ice machine. And then I'm going to get some cranberry juice. You know what? I'm sorry. I'm going to finish my wife's lemonade because she left it here, and I'd rather drink it myself than let the kids drink it. Remind me to get my wife some more blueberry lemonade or whatever it was. It wasn't the whole jar. It was only about here when I started. And yeah. I think it was like about 100 proof. That ain't that bad. Bridget says, okay, so Don will be fishing the estuary, the mouth of the Columbia River. Don, have you fished the sturgeon before? Bernie says, I always put the syrup on the bottom and then the ice cream on top. Must be an upstate New York thing. I hear your opinions, but you're wrong. What? Dog. What? Bernie, no. No. Fat side up. Seriously. Oh, goodness. Bobby says, love your wife, be good. Yeah. Donna says, yes, love the sturgeon. Makes the best fish and chips. Sturgeon over cod? What? Uncle Steve just, hey, my brother, how you doing? Just jumping in before bed to say hey. Well, thank you very much. Oh, man. Uncle Steve, I feel like every time I talk to Uncle Steve, or every time Uncle Steve, when he pops in, I'm like, hey, Uncle Steve, I need some. Oh, hold on. I didn't close the refrigerator. Whomever put that alarm on the refrigerator, yo, kudos to them, because I sure did mess up. I thought I closed it, but I didn't. Man, Uncle Steve, what's new? Man, because I think I'm good, but we always need Gator Shake, Uncle Steve. I feel like that is we use it on all seafood, and I told you how during Lent we were pescatarian, but then I realized there was chicken concentrate in the Gator Shake. So yeah, it is what it is. But we use a lot of the Gator Shake. No, I have not tried the sauce. I be like the last to know, Uncle Steve. Yeah, cause I'm trying to think. One of the last videos I did, I fried fish and I used the gator shake to fry the fish. And you know, I used it on the fried fish and I made some. It was mushrooms and asparagus. But that was a little ways ago. I've been got a little medical thing going on, so haven't been filming. Haven't really felt up to it. Don says, "What is this gator shake of which you speak?" Oh my god, Don, hold on. I'm gonna do better than just trying to tell you. I'm gonna show you, Don. I'm gonna show you. I might as well be from Missouri. You know what? We gonna show Don, like we gonna show Don. Hold on, Don. I gotta pull from a couple different places so I can show you exactly what it is I'm talking about. We got a couple things to show off now. All right, Don. So, if you've been around my channel for a while, then you know who Uncle Steve is. And I'm going to show you who Uncle Steve is in a moment. All right? Because Uncle Steve, this is Uncle Steve. Okay? There's Uncle Steve. So when you see his name in the chat, all right, you know who Uncle Steve is. All right, hold on. All right, so Don, there's Uncle Steve. Now, Uncle Steve has these things called Uncle Steve Shake. All right, so here we go. See where it says Uncle Steve Shake. This is the competition pig powder, which is a new addition, and I just grabbed a couple. So Uncle Steve is awesome. Uncle Steve hooked me up and sent me some custom, or he sends me some custom bottles with my logo on them. So, you know, this bottle, not this bottle. This bottle has Uncle Steve's face on it. And this bottle has my logo on it, right? Because he's just that cool where he took my logo and my company information and he put my information on it. And he put his little, you know, his thing right down in little, you know, little font, right? He's just like, oh, this is the thick meat. So my favorite Uncle Steve's shakes are the Gator Shake and the thick meat. All right. Now that does not discount any of the other ones because this is the competition cow shake, and I showed you already the competition pig powder. All right, and then we have smoke bomb. All right. So Uncle Steve makes seasonings. Okay, these are his shakes. This is the South Texas Red, and yo, these things in combination with, I won't say whatever it is you are already using, but my goodness. So these are the reserves. So this is the sweet dessert shake. Let me just tell you, this sweet dessert shake on a sweet potato with some butter. Bro. Hold on, I'm just gonna take a sip of my drink. Oh man. Cause man. I see Grumpus has put the link to Uncle Steve's website. It's UncleSteve'sShake.com. And like I tell you, Don, just order them all. Just order them all. And then when you order, just say, hey, I was on Dash's live stream and I saw him talking about your shake, and Uncle Steve will hook it up. Like, for real. Like in a note or somewhere, wherever you can leave a message, just say Dash sent you. Something, right? Victor says, so for those who haven't seen Sturgeon before, it's fantastic. Similar to shark. They both have a grain to their meat. Their numbers are down, and we're limited to only 2 fish a year. Wow. Yeah, Grumpa says, just get you some. Yeah, buddy. Grumpa says, I've tried them all. Not a dud in the bunch. Man. Yo, there you go. Uncle Steve says, order them all. Mention Dash, and I'll throw in the sauce. Can Uncle Steve throw in the sauce with some gator shake and thick meat? Because, you know, I need the sauce. Like, I'm lost in the sauce right now, Uncle Steve. I don't know about the sauce. Wait. Hold up. Hold on. I gotta step over. Wait a minute. Uncle Steve, I remember I am digging in some boxes because hold up. Wait a minute. No, not that one. No, not that one. Nope. No. Oh crap! I almost dropped the camera. Oh boy. Alright. I'm gonna have to look a little later. But I got a little bit of a mess going on behind the camera. I'm coming back. Give me a second. Okay. I am back. And I gotta put all these seasonings away. But yeah, do yourself a favor and like Uncle Steve shake, definitely. Don says, all right, man, I'll give Uncle Steve's a go. Sturgeon and Gator Shake might be the new hot ticket. So, let me just tell you about the Gator Shake. Gator Shake is, it's a citrus. So, a citrus seasoning. We use it on almost all of our vegetables and especially all of our seafood. Like, seriously, it's that stuff. Christian Child says, you the man, Uncle Steve. Yeah. Bobby says, I gotta order that sauce. I'm slacking. Look, Bobby says, Gator Shake is my go-to. Man, I'm telling you, between the thick meat and the competition cow powder, no, I lied. Thick meat, competition cow powder, Gator Shake, and then, yo, I'm telling you, this one, the smoke bomb, I just a pinch of the smoke bomb, just a dash of the smoke bomb. This stuff right here, man. Oh, I'm cracking the top on a new bottle. I know I got another bottle. Man, this stuff. Can y'all? Can y'all smell that smoked paprika? I smell a smoked paprika. Look, I smell it. I didn't even read it. First ingredient, black pepper. Second ingredient, smoked paprika. I already know. You know what this would be great on? Some damn deviled eggs. Man, talk about game changing. You don't know. You don't know. Just telling you. Grumpa says Gator Shake on shrimp. I'm not reading it the way you typed it, Grumpus. I just refuse. Victor said, honestly, Don, we need to hook up. I can show you so many ways to do sturgeon, smoked, grilled, fried, and so on. Uncle Steve says they all go together because they all come from the same daddy or uncle. Uh-oh. You know, Uncle Steve, you know, you ever see one of those people on TikTok who talk about how their dad is their uncle and their grandfather? It's like, wait, what? Yeah, like, so it'd be like their dad married their mom, but then they got divorced and they married, their dad married their mom's, their aunt, and now they're their uncle, and then like, or like it was the grandfather who, like, yo, it'd be some old craziness. Ever since South Texas Red is the best, y'all just don't know. I'm telling you, I have it. I have it right here. This one, I'm trying to think. I used it on something recently, and hold on. I know I'm opening up a new bottle, but like I'm cracking the seal. I couldn't get to the one that I have open already right now. This one is so savory, and it's smoky and savory. Salt, black pepper, garlic, spices, paprika, citric acid, cornstarch, MSG. Uncle Roger will be proud. Calcium, blah blah blah, and yeah, cooked chicken. Excuse me. I'm addicted to the smell now. Like I want to smell. I wanted to smell it again, dude. All of Uncle Steve's shakes are phenomenal. Like phenomenal. Look, Bobby says STR, man. Oh, we've gotten to the point where we are abbreviating things, Bobby. She says STR is rocking too. Oh, and the dang smoke bomb, they all good. Yeah, the South Texas Red is what Bobby's talking about. Uh, Scrapson says blue cheese or ranch with buffalo wings. Ranch all day. Blue cheese. Mm-mm. Christian Child says been a blast hanging out with your dash and friends. Y'all, excuse me, y'all stay blessed and dash. Always know you have more than just yourself keeping you and your family in prayer, my brother. God bless. Well, thank you so very much. I really do appreciate it. Grandpa says I use smoke bomb when baking in the oven. Ooh, yeah. Cause you don't get that smoke flavor. You add the smoke flavor, but I'm telling you, like, it's dope. Don says, oh, excuse me. Uh, Russ said, man, I just nailed a ham and cheese omelet. I just annihilated. Layer them Uncle Steve's flavors. Yes, indeed. The family tree is a pine tree. Just go straight up. That sturgeon fish in at the estuary means dropping your crab pots for Dungeness. Also, whoa, you had me at Dungeness, like for real, cause actually I just bought the Mrs. So it's funny, right? When I was doing the last little bit of shopping for that event this past Saturday, I was at the restaurant depot and I was buying briskets and everything. Excuse me. And I'm like, all right, the Dungeness, it was a 10-pound box of Dungeness, and it was $200. And I said, go ahead and get it. I'm like, go ahead and get it. We haven't had Dungeness in a long while. I'm like, you're literally eating up my profits. Again, this is how I talk to, and I tell them, like, they're eating up my profits. But, it's one of those things where they put up with me cooking and doing things in the house, in the kitchen. Excuse me, the least I can do is, you know, buy different things so we can eat good too, Russ said that was the best omelet I ever made. Well, shoot. So what happens if you make a better one next time? So Don, Ruby Rod. Yo, Fifth Element is one of my wife's favorite movies. Seriously, one of my wife's favorite movies. Going to Flossed in Paradise. Yeah, if you have not already, do yourself a favor. Go out to UncleSteveShake.com and definitely place an order. You're absolutely right. Grumpus, we're not gonna, I can neither confirm nor deny. Orange and strawberry. It's a double orange. In the package, I can't tell. Oh, all right. There's a double orange. My Decom reader is gonna be like, "What were you doing?" Whoops. I can bottle myself, and don't forget to mention dash for a bonus. Yeah, I'm on my second bottle myself. All right. Yeah, he said, don't forget to mention dash for a bonus. Yeah. Whew, buddy. All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and get ready. We are at the 2.5 hour mark. Man, oh man. I definitely appreciate you guys being here. I just can't say thank you enough for watching and subscribing and all of the above. Ooh, there's an orange. They just said, Dash, be careful of those yawns. I'm barely hanging on tonight. Yeah. Marcus says I'm late, but just got up. Marcus, you see by the title of the stream, you were the inspiration for the night. Thanks, Uncle Steve. Marcus, you were the inspiration for tonight's topic for sure. We talked about this the other day. So you can definitely watch back. I talked about you in a good way earlier. And I'm eating some gummy Skittles. I'm not mad at these. They're like actually pretty good. Rest is good night. Good night all, but I'm late shift tomorrow, 11 to 7. Shoot. I used to work 11 to 7 on Thursdays too, and that was why I started doing, well, 10 to 6 actually was my shift, but which is why I started doing the live streams on Wednesday nights, because I work 10 to 6 on Thursdays. So it made sense. I don't have to go into work until late. Yeah. I can't tell if these are orange or strawberry. No. I need a brighter light. Jimmy says, look like I'm going to finish that last one. All right. Well, finish it. I'm about to head to the trailer in a few. I'll definitely watch. All right. without gummies. Well, Marcus, back on. It's only 10:30. Marcus, how did everything work out last weekend? I know, there was some trying times. I feel like we didn't talk. I talked to Marcus a lot. Well, I talk to Marcus regularly. But, oh man, dude, look at this. It's like the Mickey Mouse Skittle, gummy Skittle. Look at that. It is like fused. Like, should I eat it or should I like try to sell it? Man, this is like, ooh, look at that. I have the Mickey Mouse, like the face and the two ears, yo, this looks like Mickey Mouse, like for real. I feel like I need to put that to the side. You know, you see like people sell the, not sculptures, but the potato chips that look like Jesus and other stuff. I just eBay. Bobby says save it. I mean, don't tell anybody I've been touching it. I'm gonna get a snack bag. Hold on. Oh, I can vacuum seal it. Oh, like super rare Mickey Mouse. Like, what do I put it as a title? Bobby, you're such a bad influence. Look, I got a snack bag. I'm probably gonna vacuum seal it tomorrow. Jimmy says, wait, I'm going to the freezer for a 188 shot. Oh man, Jimmy, for real? Like for real, Jimmy? Nah, you can't be serious, Jimmy. Goodness gracious. I feel like I'm about to be punked into doing something. Oh boy. Edith, I'm coming. Edith. Marcus's eBay thing. I might have to like put it, cause yo, it's like, it is like the perfect Mickey Mouse Skittle. Sorry, I touched it a couple times. Jimmy says, yep, it's Wednesday night. Grill Sergeant. He said, what up, Dash? Howdy, y'all. Salute, Sergeant. Attention, officer on deck. I think I got into those special gummies from no, sir. I got into the special clear. That's what that is. I won't say I wish, but nah, man. I have not had any success. Signed by Dash. Man. Oh my goodness. All right, let me put these. Who am I kidding? I'm just gonna move these off to the side. I'll put these away tomorrow. There's my watch. I was looking for you earlier. I was that serious. I feel like I want to get some ice cream. Jimmy says, come on, it's not that far to the freezer. Damn it, Jimmy. Oh, man. He's right. Our freezer is like, open up these double French doors. And. Woo. Oh, man. Jimmy's got me. He's got my number. I'm getting low. This is this black top. This is I won't say death, but woo, buddy. Oh man. Oh man. It has been a while, my friend. I'm just gonna take it in. All right, just a small sip. Woo woo, man. Bobby says, "Oh, my stomach hurts for you. That'll put some hair on your chest." Too late. Grandma says, "Ooh wee, Cat's out of town." Oh yeah, man. Sure enough, Cat's away. The mice will play. Sure enough, Cold Devil. Sheesh. Man, oh man. Salute, Uncle Jimmy. Yes, indeed. He says, cheers, nephew. Picture says, I'm giving up. I'm brain dead tonight. Everyone have a great night. I'm headed back to bed. Don't let Don. Let's figure out how to exchange contact info. I'll be down to the Bay Area this summer, maybe. Mike says, I feed 20, 30 people, family members several times a year. I always pay for the meat, so they all like it. Yeah. Mike, nothing wrong with that. I am, whew, goodness gracious. I just had a teeny little bit, and I am wobbly here. This super high test is no joke. No joke. I'm gonna have to get with my guy and see. I feel it like tingling in my fingers. Like, whoof, buddy. Man. High test. High test. I'm not going back for more, but the bubbles. If you know, you know. What's my sugar? I can't check it right now because I'm using my phone to do the live stream. There's no getting sick on the live feed. No, man, I will end it before I end up getting sick. Trust me. But no, I'm good. Like I took a teeny little sip. Grandma says, Dad should be seeing Jesus. I mean, I'm not seeing Jesus, but damn, I feel like I'm close. Like, is that you, Heavenly Father? Are you my Lord and Savior? No, man, I took a small sip on purpose, but damn, this is potent. It's like not potent, but potent. Jesus. Anyway, hey Grumpus, not Grumpus, hey Bumpy. Gosh, woo, buddy. Go ahead and comment, woo, buddy, down below. Like, man, this goodness, this is what you be missing out on when you don't stay up during the live stream. When you watch it later, it just doesn't hit the same. I don't know. I don't think it does, but maybe it does because I know I've watched. You know, I don't know if I should. I don't know. Would you guys? I'll say appreciate, but would you want to listen to the live stream, like as a podcast? I don't know. I feel like the live stream is the live stream. Duh. But I'm sure I could download it and then watch it later, or not watch it, but convert it to something else later to make it a podcast as well. Russ said my neighbor is moving out and packing up, and they found a jar of my homemade. What? Did they give it back, or did y'all drink it? Because I'd have drank it. Drank. It's called a drink. So you're supposed to drink it. All right. Russ said I feel a little proud. Nice. Thank you, Jimmy. I appreciate you. I told you it would be the uncle that would get you. Look, I'm not in trouble yet. I hope my wife is asleep and she's not still watching. She hasn't commented, so. Thanks, Jimmy. I appreciate you. You saved me from having to do that. But we'll say it is what it is. But yeah, buddy. All right, maybe I can make it to 3 hours. Because if I make it 3 hours, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna reward myself and have some ice cream with caramel on top. Because you don't put the brisket, you don't put the fat on the bottom. You don't put the caramel on the bottom. You put the caramel on top so it drizzles down over the ice cream. Yes. I'm telling you, fat side up. Don said my experience is nothing sound as smart and as cool as it did the night before. Yeah. So one of the good things, Don, is I won't say I don't remember, but usually I'm like a little fuzzy. I'll be a little. I'll probably won't be because I'm like hypersensitive and hyper aware right now. But like if I had to talk verbatim as to what we talked about tonight, I couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. But can I talk about what we talked about tonight? Yeah, I can do it. But like I said, not verbatim. Hey, if you have not already hit that thumbs up, I'd greatly appreciate it if you could. I'm going to put this back into the freezer because that's where it belongs. It needs to stay. Standing up did not make it any better. Woo, buddy. Oh, man. I feel like I'm about to treat myself to some ice cream and some caramel sauce. Because, just because, let's see. Ken said, Ken Smokehouse, barbecue, what was your preference on catering, business or home? So it's like 6 in one hand, half a dozen in the other. I really do like doing the smaller in-home events. And I feel like sometimes those smaller in-home events lead to cooking for like corporate events. And when I say corporate events, I'm not talking about like a Fortune 500 company. I'm talking about just like an office corporate type of event. Um, those little parties lead to the bigger parties, and the bigger parties lead to more little parties, which lead back to the bigger parties. I definitely I like the intimacy and the fellowship more or less of the smaller parties, but I definitely like the paychecks of the bigger parties. I'm not even gonna lie. Um, Russ said, "Man, how many times I saved the world in my head, but forgot to write it down." Jeremy says, "I'm making New York strip steaks tomorrow. Any suggestions on the grill? Undercook them. Undercook them a little bit, just in case. You can always cook them further. You can always cook them a little bit more, but undercook them a little bit. Let that carryover heat take them to where you want it to be. So if you are like my family really likes medium rare, and medium rare for us is about 130 between 135 and 140 degrees. That's where my family is like, yes. Uh, Grandpa says, yeah, invite me over. Sorry, Ken. Not that I did not see your comment. It's I'm a few moments behind, so there we go. Russ is great advice. What's up, bro? VA checking in. Lavelle Holloway. Chilling. I am. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm like 3/4 of a sheet to the wind. I'm not three. I'm not 3 sheets to the wind. So maybe I'm like 1.5 sheets to the wind. On the live streams, it's a barrage of. That's not a barrage, but I do a little bit of drinking, and you are at the tail end of the live stream, and boy oh boy, this is Dash Unfiltered for sure. So, Mr. Holloway, definitely appreciate you checking in. Lavelle, are you related to my friend? I'm trying not to put his whole govy out there, but he drives a red R32, or he has a red R32. We'll say he drives it because he don't drive it. But that last name is not. At least I don't think it's that common. But it's one of them things. Russ said easily 7/8. Not a full sheet to the wind, but I'm like 7/8. Maybe 3/4. All right, Lavelle says, "Oh well, no, I don't think so." Okay, all right, well, that I got a friend. His last name's Holloway. Not for nothing. Y'all could be cousins or something. But he lives outside of Baltimore. Rush, you funny? He said more like 15/16. No, man. Why you increasing the fraction, man? We getting closer to the 16th. How about 3/4? I feel like 3/4. All right, 6/8. Yeah, 3/4. I'm 3/4 a sheet to the wind, and it's 3 sheets to the wind, so maybe like 3/4 of a sheet. Cause I ain't gonna lie, I'm not gonna say I'm not. Hey Dash, good to see you, my bro. Thank you, Jerry. Listen, I am. Jerry, they did me in. They peer pressured me into drinking tonight. Like peer pressure me into drinking. So Jerry, I need you to sign. Almost say sign up, but I need you to join us a little earlier next week. And whenever they start talking about whenever they try to tell me to drink, you tell them no, he can't drink anymore. Thank you, Jerry. I'm trusting you to do that for me. I need you to get here earlier though, because I am. Mm-mm. Russ says, "Oh, you on a roll." Jimmy says, "Wait, there were several more shots in the jar." No, there weren't. Look at this jar. This jar is empty. Empty. Thank you, Jerry. Thank you in advance, Jerry. I am holding. I'm trusting. I'm trusting in you that you will. You got me. Thank you, Jerry. I appreciate you. 5 minutes left until we get the 3 hour mark. Jimmy says, "Not that one." Yeah, that one. That's the one. That's the jar. We. Uh. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Grover says, "Dash, you are judged by the company you keep." Company. Company. I see you, Grumpus. Ken says, "I noticed you do a lot of cooking from home. Do you get very many requests for cooking on site?" So, Ken, I do, but when I do a lot of cooking on site, what ends up happening is I don't do barbecue on site because it's just difficult. I don't like if I'm smoking any meats, I do all of that stuff ahead of time. Cooking on site wise, I do like hot dogs, hamburgers, and possibly some chicken from time to time. Excuse me. Yeah. Marcus says, "Oh, my phone can't find the up button." Oh, don't worry about the up button. That's the least of your worries. Uh, Jimmy says the black top. No, sir. We are not. The black top jar has been put away. Excuse me. I know better. I know better. Don says 3 sheets. Man, we're sailing pair bowls to the caramel ice cream. Oh, man. Dude. I've been trying to hold out. I was like not gonna get the ice cream on camera. I was gonna be like, all right, as soon as my 3 hours, I'm gonna say 3 hours is done, but as soon as I finished live streaming for 3 hours, I was gonna get myself some ice cream and some caramel and boom, boom, boom. I might have to take a picture of it and put it on Instagram for you. All right, Russ reminded, Russ reminded everyone that if you have not already, hit that thumbs up. Now will be a great time. Thank you, Marcus. Marcus says, "Never mind, found it." He said he couldn't find, what couldn't he find? The up button. Oh boy. All right. Sustained yawns. That is when it is time. Like my eyes are heavy. Mm-mm-mm. Oh, thank you very much, Marcus. I appreciate you. He said he couldn't find the thumbs up button. Got me. Russ said, "And how do you hit the thumbs up on the phone?" So you turn your phone vertically, you hit the back button, and then that's where you hit the thumbs up. What up, Johnny? Johnny says, "Can we start over?" Hell no. Hell no. Johnny, you, sir, missed it. I am 3/4 of a sheet to the wind. Ask Russ. He says I'm 15/16. But nah, man. Thank you, Jerry. I appreciate you. Cause they be trying to do me under. They be doing me dirty, Jerry. Jerry, I thought Jerry, I thought this was family. I thought these were my homies, my barbecue brethren, and they be throwing me under the bus. They like, no, you should drink more. Why aren't you drinking more than that? You can handle it. Bruh, drink some more. I'll be slumped. Like slumped. Mm. Mm-mm-mm. He said 1 and 3. Russ says 1 and 3/16. It's soaking in. No. No. I will end this. I will end this. Yes. We are at the 3-hour mark. It's called Jimmy says it's called the Barbecue Family. Man, you guys definitely are barbecue brethren, and even if you are female, it's you all. Everyone is brethren. Okay. Oh my goodness. Jimmy said it's called the Barbecue Family. Yeah, you're right. Goodness. All right, that was my final yawn. All right, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and end this because goodness gracious, I will be asleep in I feel like 30 seconds. I gotta go walk up the stairs. So hopefully the walk up the stairs does not wake me up. Russ said I got all my family. All right, guys. Jerry, good night. He says, good night, my bro. Yeah, Russ, good night. All, he says. Jerry, next week, don't let them peer pressure me into drinking so much. I don't say so much, but as much. Like, 2 shots. And, yeah. Cause, ooh, buddy. Jerry says, I'm going to sleep. Me too. Marcus says, we'll rewatch later tonight. Take care, everyone. You too, sir. Definitely be careful out there. And thanks, man. Tell him says I said hello. Jimmy says, night, guys. Have a great rest of the week. Grandpa says, good night, Dash, and everybody. All right, so what is it? We need to come up with something for those who are watching the replay to watch, like, to the end. What is it that we should... Ooh, how about this? Comment below. I watched until the end. You should too. That's what I need you to comment. Jerry says, good night. Have fun. Don't drink a cup of coffee for the head. Yeah. Donna says, good night, Dash, and good luck. Thank you, sir. You good luck to you too. Good luck to you too for sure. And don't forget to comment. I watched until the end. You should too. The Dash Mash. Jimmy says, I saw the blacktop. Yeah, you did, Jimmy. All right, I'm getting ready to end this because, boy, oh boy, your boy is tired. Ha. The Dash Mash, and I won. Ha. All right, guys, I'm gone.